Sorry guys, my phone cut off the video for some reason. But going back to the upper of the shoe, it is waterproof, like I said. It's also got the brass holes for the laces. Uh, it's also got a decoration right here, a decorated red hole, a red brass hole, which I feel is very nice. And then you also have the heel cup right here, this little, which is made out of the microfiber, but we'll talk about the microfiber later. It's got the little fox symbol from Wildlings, and then it connects up to the loophole that is also decorated. It says Wildlings, wild. I think it says Rewild. Yeah, it says Rewild right there, and it's like a very soft leather, and it goes all the way down, to the bottom of the shoe, so it kind of protects the heel, so it's not rubbing against. Because it does have like a little nice heel cup right here to make sure that the shoe is in a good proper position, which I really appreciate. Moving on, let's go into the lining and the insole of the shoe. As you can see, there is no insole, so it's all the same material. It's made out of high quality felted wool. Now, felting is whenever they get the wool fibers and then they kind of like tighten them up together and bind them in order to create like an impregnated membrane. I'm sorry, to increase, I guess to increase protection, but it also has an impregnated membrane in order to make sure that no water comes in. So it kind of gives more protection away from water, which is throughout the inside of the shoe. Hopefully you can see all that. It's so dark in here. Yeah, there's that. It looks very comfortable. Looks very warm as well. So it'd be awesome for the cold weather. Put you back down, guys. And then moving on, we also have the outsole, right? Now, you know, when all this material. Now, this outsole is actually created in Portugal. You know, the shoes actually crafted together. The wools, I believe, they come from Germany. All the other stuff, but all like the synthetic material, like the outsole and the edging is like made in Portugal. You know, and it's all made out of like sustainable material. You know, so, like I said, Wildlings is a very like how do you say, nature or environmentally friendly. Or an environmentally aware company, which I'm not really big on that myself, but I do appreciate it. I do feel like we need to take care of the environment, we need to take care of the plant life, all the different species out there, you know, specifically mushrooms and plants, because if that's where medicine comes from, and if they're burning the rainforests in the Amazon or in Australia or whatnot, we're losing a lot of that biodiversity. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm left wing or whatnot, but I do agree that you know, that's something left wing or right wing, you can appreciate that. You know, come on. Anyway, yeah. So it's made in Portugal. The shoe is made put together, but the outsole, as you can see, it's got a little thing right there. I thought I should show you that. It's pretty cool. It's actually made out of a synthetic rubber, and it's made from 50% recycled rubber and 50% cork, which is really cool. So it's all that's cool. That's nice. It's got the rubber right here. Oh, it's got this right here, but it's also got like this little piece of rubber right there. You know, it's not. I think it is not a part of the outsole, but it's like they put like the wool upper, and then they put like the outlining of the edging, and then which goes up to the bottom right there, and then they put the the outsole, which is a separate piece that is glued on. And it is glued on, but there you can't even see the gluing, bro. It looks so nice, bro. It's like you can't even see it. Just awesome. Yeah, so 50% cork, 50% recycled plastics. Very cool. Moving on, we're going to talk about the edging now. Oh no, let's continue to talk about the outsole. Yeah. So as you can see, it's got a lot of specks and little white spots. The shoe is not actually that dirty, but that's like the design they decided to go with. Like that's the way it is designed. It kind of, to me, it kind of reminds me of like glitter. So it makes it more feminine. Very, makes it look prettier. Yeah. And so it just gives it a nicer shoe design, and it's also got like a very interesting design of it as well. It almost looks like an alien foot or something, but it looks very organic, if I might say. Yeah. So moving on from there. Now we're going to talk about the edging. This edging here is stitched on there. It's stitched. As you can see, it's got the stitching. Stitched onto the upper. This is the edging. They tell you on the Wildlings little cards, it tells you that you have to clean them, or I think you have to these cards pretty much tell you everything you need to know about maintaining them, cleaning them. So that's another nice thing. And they're nice and decorated. It looks almost like a children's book. Anyway, let me see. Let them dry. Where does it say that? Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Hold on a second. Paper. Self-cleaning, water resistance. Maybe I can't find it right now. Polyester. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Washi, cotton, linen, hand. Can't find it, bro. Sorry. But this is water resistant as well. It's made out of, the lining is supposed to help with protection as well. It's just another added layer of waterproofing and warmth, as well as protection from things rubbing up against the wool. Let's see. It's made from 50% microfiber and 50% polyurethane. I don't know much about those things, but that's just what it says in the notes. Oh, I also forgot to mention that this is a 2.5 millimeter insole. The insole is 2.5 millimeters. Did I forget to write that down? Yeah, I did forget to write that down. Yeah, it's 2.5 millimeters. Sorry, I made notes and then I couldn't read it, and so I remade another notes and I forgot to write that down. So yeah, the insole is very minimalist as well. As you can see, it's like extremely like bendable. It's almost like the Tadeevos. They are very they're just very minimalist. There's not a whole lot of protection, but this thing will protect a little bit from the weather. One other interesting thing that I read in this little pamphlet or cue cards, it tells you that it says warning tip, winter tip. Always stay on the move in order to maintain good blood circulation in your feet and keep them warm. If you tend to be cold, we recommend adding thick socks and or warm insoles. So yeah, they are like very. You have the wool, but like at the bottom, there's not a whole lot of protection. If all that cold weather or the cold ground is gonna take out all that heat from under you. And since there's not really much in between you and the ground, so it's telling you that if you're gonna be wearing these shoes and it gets cold, if you're standing on snow, you know, they're not gonna, it's not gonna, you're gonna need to keep on walking in order for your feet to not go numb, you know, from the cold weather. So these would not make a great winter boot. These would be like for like, you know, like here in Texas, you know, it gets cold, like around 30 degrees. It gets a little breezy, you know. It doesn't snow here. I guess it'd be it's just a good winter shoe, but it's not like a snowshoe, you know. Probably, you know, maybe even like if it just gets too cold, you know, it would still do that, you know, without even like snowing. But yeah, so there's that. What else can we talk about on the shoe? I guess that's pretty much it, man. I wish I knew more about that whole German history of wool, their situation, you know, on like the wool industry. I wish I knew more about that. I wish I could talk more about that. But it is really interesting. I really like Wildlings, like whole approach to sustainability and you know, using ethical work practices for their company, you know, and I really think they ought to be supported, you know, as far as, you know, when it comes to people buying the shoes. So yeah, I just thought I'd just leave that little nugget of information out there. I'm just gonna end the video on that note. I appreciate you guys once again checking out my content. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and you know, leave a comment and I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. Thanks again, guys. Have a good one.